let's understand about consciousness. First, I'll start with the very basic, because map of consciousness book, the way it is described, it will be easier for you to understand, because it starts the journey of understanding the consciousness in a very basic terms. You do not have to be very spiritually heightened person to understand. You do not need to have the sight of looking at the life with the perspective of spirituality to understand consciousness in the terms, the way it is described in the map of consciousness. So consciousness has stages. If we take consciousness as general awareness, if we take it, although Saloni, I will be answering ki what is the difference between the awareness and consciousness, but if we take it in a very general term, the unconscious, the final unconscious would be death, जब चेतना बिल्कुल ही नहीं है, ठीक है. तो if we are taking the stages of consciousness कि कितनी किसकी consciousness expanded है, like someone who is just aware of a few subjects, someone has a little more awareness about vivid subjects, so इनकी चेतना में ज़्यादा knowledge इकट्ठा हो रहा है, ठीक है. When we are talking in the terms of consciousness, the death is the place where the level of consciousness is zero. So that is the first stage, the zero stage. Death is the stage where there is no consciousness. Then shame is very close to death. Someone who is into the stage of shame, they have some consciousness level of 15. So it's kind of a passive death. Shame, शर्म, किसी बात की शर्म होना, it's a passive death. It's not the actual death, but it's like a passive death. So in terms of consciousness, when we are talking about, is the closest to the death. The number that has been coined to the consciousness level at the with the person who is into shame, it's 15, which is very close to zero. And that's why it is said, like you should never put the people younger to you into the position where they are very shameful. Like if the shame persists for a very long time, people become suicidal because they cannot take themselves the way they are. They are not proud of them, that is one thing, but they cannot even feel like existing anymore in the state they do. Then comes the state of consciousness which is called guilt. If you have guilt about something, the consciousness level, the number that is coined is 30. So of course it is better than the shame, but the guilt, again, that person gives you a lot of person goes through a lot of trauma, like they are into the form of guilt, so they are never present in the moment, they are always passively somewhere else. And the level of consciousness, when you are into the guilt, you see everything through the lens of guilt, and that will not make you experience the life. And if you're not experiencing and opening up, of course your consciousness will be less about the environment in which you live. Then comes the apathy, not empathy, apathy. Apathy क्या होता है? आशाहीन हो जाना, ठीक है. जो एम्पैथी होते, एम्पैथी जिनमें होती है, दे आर लाइक they are आशावान and they are able to understand the pain of the other person, the emotions of the other person, while apathy is something where you are so hopeless that even your emotions you cannot process properly. The stage is 50. The level of consciousness is 50 for the people who have apathy in them. These people are little negative if they are in the family. Sometimes people are not apathic from the beginning, they become apathetic with the life events they may have seen, and they become so negative. If you spend an hour with a person who is very apathetic, you will also feel like drained off, because they are so hopeless. They kind of spread the similar kind of energy to even the people who are interacting with them. Then comes the stage of grief, and it's the 75 level of consciousness. So see, people generally, we think कि grief is something really bad, but the consciousness is actually increasing when you are into grief, because grief can only happen to the person who has emotions. So they can only grieve about something. So grief comes after apathy, because there still you have a hope, and the chances of going into depression is lesser as your consciousness is expanding. So the most chances would be with the person who is in shame, that they will become suicidal and go into depression, and they might with time develop a very big psychological disorder, which can be like Alzheimer's or any other really big disease, which takes like 13 to 14 years to develop inside the brain and finally show its impact. And then comes the guilt, they have high chances. Then comes the apathetic people, and now we are at the place where we are talking about grief. So grief is always there when you had something which you do not have now. So there the person has at least the awareness that what it means to have something and what it means to lose it. Only that person can go through grief. So they have little expanded awareness, because at least they have seen some positive side sometime. Then comes the fear. Fear is 100 in the level of consciousness.
So that means you have a complete consciousness when you are fearful.
1000 is highest. We are moving towards it. Have patience. Hold your balls. Okay. So then comes the fear. So fear is at the level 100. The one who is fearful, fearfulness is actually very important for the human body to survive. That's why the human brain is trained to be actually fearful of few things. When your child is also growing, you have to tell them that snake, you don't have to touch the snake. They are so open, they would just go and touch any of the insects and they might harm themselves. They do not understand the concept of hot and cold. They might go and touch it. So you have to introduce fear into them so that they can survive better. They do not harm themselves. Similarly, fear is a concept given to the brain so that you keep on surviving. It puts you into the fear so that you do not take the risk which may take away your life. So it's very important for the survival. So fear is an expanded level of consciousness where you identify the things that are not right for you, and that again is expanding your consciousness. If you completely briefly understand the concept, you will understand it कि क्यों जब fearful हो रहे हैं तो आपको पता चल रहा है कितनी चीज़ों से fearful होना है. Fearless भी आएंगे अभी, but it is going to be above this stage. Then comes the desire, 125 stage. So the one who has desire is someone who has hope. They are fearful, but they are ready to take calculative risks. Then only they can have desires and take any effort to fulfill them. So this is again an expanded level of consciousness. Yes. And at this stage, when you have started to have dreams about something that I want this, that is the time when you start making your own belief systems. Then you start thinking about your own self. Self awareness बढ़ रही है. अभी तक you're just in the mode to protect yourself. Now you're going to the place where now you have started to identify yourself. कि this is what kind of a person I am. So this is something I would like to have in my life. So now you are getting closer to yourself and the awareness is expanding. So you have reached the stage of 125. Then comes this anger. So anger is 150. So anger is actually a high stage of consciousness, although it is considered very negative. So why it is considered negative? Because it is a heightened stage. A person who is not in the heightened stage of consciousness cannot get angry, but it is volatile. So there are many chemicals which are very good but unstable, cannot be used because they are volatile. So anger is the stage which gives you like a good adrenaline rush. It can make you do things. It can make you powerful, but it is volatile. And that's why it is not stable stage of consciousness. So what happens in the stage of anger with the brain? Your consciousness expands. you are at a good stage, you have a lot of energy flowing inside your body and mind, but a major thing that happens is in man buddhi ahankar concept, the intellect will leave at that time, and you will do or say things which you are not supposed to, and that's why it brings you to a place where wrong things you may do. So it is volatile. Then comes the stage of
मैम इसको थोड़ा सा
pride.
और समझाइए मैम,
And-
ज़्यादा इंग्लिश हो रहा है।
ओके, सो एंगर क्या होता है, जब गुस्सा आता है तो आपका बहुत ज़्यादा आपका एड्रेनलिन हाई होता है. अगर हम बॉडी और माइंड के कंसेप्ट में देखें तो उसके माइंड आपका ज़्यादा एक्सपेंडेड होता है. आपके न्यूरो कैसा होता है ना, लड़ाई करते हैं लोग तो उनको पुरानी से पुरानी बातें याद आ जाती हैं. सो योर मेमोरी इज़ वर्किंग वेरी like in a good way, which is not the case in the case of stress. If you see a tiger, your metabolism does not require to be working at that time. You do not need to remember who is the Prime Minister of India. You just need to protect yourself. You are in the fearful, guilt or something mode, but it is a very low level of consciousness. All you think about is like one animal scared of another animal and you want to run. But when you are in the stage of anger, that is not the case. If you are angry with someone who is even more powerful than you, that time, in that moment, you will feel powerful and you will do things. आप हो सकता है टाइगर से भी लड़ जाओ, ठीक है. जैसे अगर आपका बच्चा वहां पर फंस गया है और टाइगर आ गया है, then you will not be that fearful because you have anger कि मेरे बच्चे को कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए इसको. तो then suddenly you will get that adrenaline rush and that power and that rigor that you will actually lift something to hit and protect your child, ठीक है. So of course it is a heightened stage, but if it persists, अगर रह जाता है anger for a very longer time, then वो आपकी बुद्धि का नाश कर देता है, आपका intellect का नाश कर देता है, क्योंकि it's a volatile stage. Then comes pride, that is 175. Now pride is something like in which your intellect is working and you start feeling proud about a few things that you do. You recognize yourself more. आपको पता चल रहा होता है कि आपके अंदर क्या क्या खूबियाँ हैं, आप क्या क्या चीज़ें बहुत अच्छे से कर सकते हैं. What are the things you are most talented in, and you are able to use it also to produce something and be prideful of that in the community, in the society. But it has a big drawback, pride, because it kind of creates a delusion where you do not see the faults in you. All you see is what is very good in you, and according to that you kind of create your whole personality and your thought process. आपका सारा का सारा दिमाग जो है सिर्फ अपनी खूबियाँ ही देखने में लगा रह जाता है. आप अपनी सारी कमियों को, गलतियों को नज़रअंदाज कर देते हो because you are into so high stage of pride. There are most chances that such people would go into narcissism, where they consider themselves as the center of all the events that happen in the whole world. उनको लगेगा सब मैं ही, I am the center and everything is happening according to me, ठीक है. So this is the stage of pride, and it's a myth. People think that the people who have a lot of narcissism and pride, they are very courageous, but no, courage is the other stage now, which is 200 level of consciousness. So the people who have a lot of pride may not be courageous, because courage would be with the people who are actually able to accept their faults as well. You will kind of accept कि आपने गलत क्या किया and you will work on that. So after pride, like pride is 175, 200 is the stage of courage. Now after that comes the stage of neutrality, that is 200.
करेज की क्या है? 200.
नहीं, हाँ करेज की 200 है. न्यूट्रलिटी इज 250, सॉरी. So neutrality is 250. What is about neutrality? Neutrality is the first place from where you start identifying that you are also something other than the personality, the belief system that you have created for yourself. जो आपने आज तक बचपन से लोगों से सुना है कि मैं ऐसी हूँ, मैं ऐसा हूँ, और जो आपने खुद के लिए एक परसेप्शन बिल्ड करा है कि दिस इज़ माई आइडेंटिटी, पहली बार इन द केस ऑफ न्यूट्रलिटी यू गो टू अ प्लेस वेयर यू सी इट कि आई डोंट हैव टू अबाइड बाय दिस ओनली, मुझे सिर्फ इसी से चिपक के नहीं रहना है, आई कैन गो बियॉन्ड माई ओन बिलीफ सिस्टम अबाउट माई सेल्फ. जो मुझे बचपन से लोग बोलते रहे हैं मैं उससे कुछ अलग भी हो सकती या हो सकता हूँ. ये न्यूट्रलिटी आपको उस ग्राउंड पर लेकर के आती है जहाँ से अब आप एक ट्रांजिशन अपनी लाइफ में चेंज करके ला सकते हैं. सो द पर्सन हु हैज़ लाइक एटलीस्ट 250 स्टेज ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस, वो सारे स्टेज जो ये क्रॉस कर चुका है वो ही इस न्यूट्रलिटी की स्टेज पर आ पाएगा, जिसको ये समझ में आएगा. यहाँ से एम्पैथी वगैरह भी लोगों में, एम्पैथी के लिए अलग से कोई ऐसे कॉन्शियसनेस का लेवल नहीं दिया गया है, बट येस न्यूट्रलिटी इज़ ऑल्सो वन ऑफ देम, जहाँ पर यू स्टार्ट एक्सेप्टिंग योर सेल्फ with whatever you have become. Also you accept the people the way they are. You do not try to change a lot. You kind of accept things and you kind of acknowledge कि जो भी मैंने अच्छा किया, बुरा किया, and it can be changed. So you are open to change. After that comes the stage of willingness, and that is the stage 300. Now the people who are at the stage of consciousness 300 with willingness, these इसमें एग्जाम्पल्स में आपके एंटरप्रेन्योर्स वगैरह हो गए, जो लोग सब कुछ करने के बाद में दे आर रेडी टू लीव इट एंड स्टार्ट समथिंग दैट गिव्स देम फुल एक्सप्रेशन. सो दीज आर द पीपल हु आर रिस्क टेकर्स. दे अंडरस्टैंड देयर विल पावर, दे अंडरस्टैंड द परमानेंस एंड नॉन परमानेंस in the whole world the way it is happening, and they are willing to take the calculated risk. इनको ना कोई चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा तोड़ नहीं पाती है कि अगर सब कुछ भी ख़राब हो गया, from there also they will collect the ashes and build something new. So this stage of 300 is for the people who are, they have less resistance, they are more open, they will learn things very well. अगर वो किसी भी एज में अपनी the people who are at the stage of willingness in consciousness, at any age, if they are ready, they can learn anything, any instrument they can learn, any new art form they can learn, any new skill set they can learn. They are very open. Like आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कई old age people भी होते हैं, they would just be open to learn from the very small kids also, while many old age people would be very stiff कि नहीं हमने जो कहा है वो ही सही है. उनका level of consciousness कम है और उसी में वो रहे हैं. बट जिनका high stage of consciousness है, they will be willing to learn and grasp new things. These people are very agile in nature. So generally managers of the companies, they are at this stage of consciousness, because they, as a manager they will always see new recruits coming and taking over the new kind of technology, and they have to be agile and open to it, because that is only going to benefit the organization they work with. Then after that willingness comes the acceptance, that is the 350 stage. So what changes actually when when you reach 350 stage of consciousness? Acceptance is there. The vibrational frequency changes. Like we're just talking about a few 50 or 100 numbers here, but it changes a lot into your personality, a lot. When you have acceptance, when you are at the stage 350, your vibrational frequency kind of completely changes. And when you have that level of acceptance, your emotional contentment is at a very high stage. You are no more cribbing and still trying to change someone so that it gives you a breathing environment to survive in. आपको कहीं ना कहीं आप उस जगह पर पहुंच चुके होते हो जहाँ पर आपको अपनी खुशियों के लिए किसी पर आधारित होने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. आप खुद को प्यार दे सकते हैं, खुद को संतुष्ट रखने की क्षमता आपने अपने भीतर पैदा कर ली है. तो yeah, so when you in that stage, acceptance changes and it changes the vibrational frequency. Kind of the spirituality development kind of starts developing from here, because now you are open, you have less resistance, and you have acceptance, and you are complete as a being within yourself. Then comes the stage of reasoning, that is 400. yes, अभी साउंड करेगा जब मैं डिस्क्राइब करूंगी कि ये तो लो स्टेज हो गई है, बट एक्चुअली इट इज हायर स्टेज. So all the completely analytical people who went through something in their life, and they kind of accepted कि okay, I have to keep myself happy or content, or anyways I do not depend on somebody, and then they develop a sense of analytical thought process where they need reason for everything. The scientists come into this category, the Nobel Prize winners come into this category, the people who are very much interested and invested into the work they do, they come into this category. The winners जो एकदम thought process उनका aligned होता है कि अगर reason है किसी चीज़ के पीछे, then only they will accept it, otherwise they will not. It's a higher stage, because these people are investigators. They can go into so much depth of something which a normal person would not be able to. But after like ये वाला जो स्टेज है ना, ये बहुत अटकाने वाली स्टेज है. इस लेवल ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस तक जो पहुंच गया, इसके आगे मात्र 1.4%, ओनली 1.4% पीपल आर एबल टू क्रॉस दिस स्टेज, बिकॉज दिस स्टेज इन इटसेल्फ मेक्स यू फील you're done. It makes you feel that okay, emotional contentment से हम आगे बढ़ ही लिए हैं. Now I understand the reasoning for everything, and this is the final stage. Only 1.4% people are able to cross this stage and move to the higher stage of consciousness, which is love, which is 500. And by this love, I am not talking about the love in which you require another person. Here I am talking about the prem, the way spiritual seekers describe कि प्रेम में रहो, be in love, because that stage gives you the analytical process, reasoning is there, and still you understand that something that you cannot describe, can that exist? Yes, of course. It's just right now not in your consciousness, but does that exist? Yes. बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली अभी भी आप 450 या 500 की स्टेज पर हो, जबकि कॉन्शियसनेस यानी का लास्ट स्टेज यानी कि तूर्या अवस्था इज सिटिंग समवेयर एट 1000. सो लव इज द ओनली स्टेज इन विच इट मेक्स यू द हीलर फॉर योर सेल्फ एंड फॉर द पीपल अराउंड. तो ये कौन से लोग होते हैं जो कि आपको ऐसे कुछ भक्ति योगीज दिख जाएंगे, या फिर कुछ स्पिरिचुअल सीकर्स लाइक इवन मी और सम अदर पीपल इन आपके घर परिवार में, लाइक योर मदर. दीज आर द पीपल इन अराउंड whom इफ यू स्पेंड सम टाइम, बस उनके पास समय बिताने से ही यू फील कि थोड़ा सा तो अभी अच्छा लग रहा है, कुछ तो हील हो गया अंदर से. ठीक है. सो दीज आर द पीपल हु आर एट दिस स्टेज ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस. दे जस्ट ब्रीद लव, दे ऑलवेज स्टे इन दैट स्टेट ऑफ आनंद, purity of love. Even kids sometimes have that consciousness level. Very small babies, if you spend time with them, you feel a little love and contentment when you are around them. So they are just the source of happiness, such people. And such people can become good healers, because they always have intention of love within them, so they are good healers also. And for this stage they get a power also, so for them they do not have to do a process to manifest anything. Whatever they feel like it manifests. इसीलिए ऐसे लोगों के आशीर्वाद लग जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो इतने प्यार से देते हैं आपको आशीर्वाद कि उनका आशीर्वाद लग जाता है आपको. So for them manifestation happens for them. Just God has to do it. They don't have to do a lot of process for it. and after this stage comes the complete peace stage, which is again now 600. Love was at the stage of 500 and now complete peace is 600. Complete peace is the stage where the concept of subject and object kind of disappears, and that oneness is felt. So love, and it's expanded, and the sense of, like, if you are having a love with a deity, you will start seeing them within anyone and everyone, in every object, in every person. So the concept of subject and object kind of disappears. ये वो स्टेज होती है जिसमें आपका जो सेल्फ ईगो है वो भी ख़त्म हो जाता है, मतलब द आइडेंटिटी ऑफ सेल्फ, कि ये मैं हूँ, ये मेरा है, दिस काइंड ऑफ डाइल्यूट्स, एंड you kind of start looking at everything from the eyes of consciousness, कि सब चेतना है, and I am also a part of it, so everything is that. After 600, अब 700 से लेकर के 1000, ये पूरा का पूरा comes into the enlightenment state of consciousness. 700 से 1000, where 1000 would be considered the Turiya Avastha, at which Shri Krishna was claimed that he was at the stage of 1000 level of consciousness, because he was Turiya, wherein he could actually show Arjuna that I am consciousness. Till that stage we are still at the levels of consciousness. At that stage he is claiming that I am consciousness. So from 700 to 1000, that is the stage. So all like the spiritual seekers who are Kundalini Jagran ho gaya hai, slowly you're getting the siddhis, you're on some marg or the other, all of you will come into these stages from 700 to 1000. Now one more very important thing to understand is, if we actually see on the planet, majority of the people are below 200 level of consciousness. What was below 200? Pride, shame, guilt, fear. So these are the things which majority of the people are now suffering and traveling into, and majority of the population is under 200 level of consciousness. And why the spiritual seeking is important, why expanding the level of consciousness is important? Because the counterbalance is very important for maintaining the yuga, any yuga. So anyone who is at 700 stage of consciousness can actually counterbalance 7 crore people who are under 200 level of consciousness. 7 crore. Any one person who is at 500 level of consciousness can counterbalance 7 lakh people under 200 level of consciousness, and any one person who is at 300 level of consciousness can counterbalance 90,000 people who are under 200 level of consciousness. So in order to maintaining this balance, the counterbalance has to happen so that yuga survives. If you actually see it in the practical way as well, the moment you will see a lot of atrocities and crimes and stuff are happening, you will again see that there are many people of such high level of consciousness also arising from somewhere, because the Prakriti is all about maintaining the balance. She is the Divine Mother who has these many children, and when you have these many children, how you maintain? A few kids have to be trained well so that they counterbalance. अगर परिवार में भी 10 बच्चे हो जाते हैं तो बड़े वाले जो होते हैं वो कुछ अपने छोटे वाले भाई बहनों को देखते हैं, माँ बाप सबको डायरेक्टली नहीं देख पाते हैं, ठीक है? तो दिस फॉर दिस मेंटेनिंग दिस काउंटर बैलेंस, this seeking, this like heightened level of consciousness, this spiritual seeking is important. So this is about the stages of consciousness. Now let's understand the consciousness. So I don't have anything to draw. Okay, let's understand. Let's see if there is a sun, a big sun. So if you see, like, if the sun is the consciousness, sun is the consciousness, and we have two stages. If we consider ourselves into two stages, mind and body. So if let's say this is the mind and this is the body, okay, and here sun is coming from this side, and this is the mind and this is the body. So consciousness falls on the mind, and through the mind it goes to the body, because even the experiences of body you understand through the mind only, right? So consciousness falling onto the mind, through the mind it reaches your body, and that is how you experience life. Now there are 4 things that you should understand, and the text has been taken from Mandukya Upanishad. In that it is described as Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam is the Chetana, and how the Chetana is traveling, that is what we are trying to understand here. So let's say if I put, like, if the light is coming and I put my hand like this, so light is falling on the hand, and if I remove it, light is falling on the wall. If I put hand here, on the hand, otherwise on the wall. So the first thing that we understand, apart from body and mind also consciousness exists. If you understand the science and the analytical and scientific aspect, the way it is described in the books of psychology, according to that, consciousness is born inside the body. But from the Vedantic literature, if we understand, consciousness exists apart from the body and mind. It's like the light of sun that falls on you. अब वो आपके अंदर भी है, बाहर भी है, पर it's existing apart from the body and mind. That is the first thing. Second, it pervades and illuminates the body and mind. What is consciousness doing? Pervades and illuminates. Illuminate का मतलब क्या होता है कि उसको उजागर कर देना. Pervades का मतलब क्या होता है? Literal?
समा जाना.
मतलब जैसे लाइट पड़ती है तो रिफ्लेक्ट, रिफ्रैक्ट सारे फिनोमेना होते हैं ना, तो अंदर भी जाती है और साथ में उसको उजागर भी कर देती है. ठीक है, तो कॉन्शियसनेस इज समथिंग जो कि उजागर भी कर दे रही है एंड हमारे भीतर भी पेनिट्रेट कर रही है. देन एक चीज़ याद आई है, बट हाँ ठीक है अंजू जी, अच्छा किया आपने अपना कैमरा बंद कर दिया. सो इन माई चाइल्डहुड, इफ in the tuition classes when we were preparing for medical, if anyone is yawning, they were sent out of the class because it's contagious and she is yawning like hell today. Okay, the third point is not limited to the body and mind. So let's say if we say, okay, consciousness exists apart from the body and mind, consciousness illuminates and pervades body and mind. Third thing is, it's not limited to the body and mind. If the body and mind is not existing, it is still existing. Consciousness is still existing, but it will not be experienced without body and mind. ठीक है, ये थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लग रहा होगा आपको, वेदांता के लेक्चर्स हैं ही बहुत मुश्किल, मतलब इसको आई कैन डिस्क्राइब इट विद अ लॉट मेनी स्टोरीज एंड स्टफ, बट आई would like to keep it hard. The other thing is expressed in, like, let's say consciousness is coming. Consciousness, if you consider consciousness as electricity, so electricity is there. If you put a bulb that is working fine, then the electricity will pervade and illuminate the bulb. So if you want light, the only way electricity can give you light is using the bulb. if the bulb is considered body and mind, the consciousness cannot be experienced without the body and mind. But does that exist without body and mind? Yes. Is it apart from the body and mind also? Yes. But it is expressed in the form of body and mind. So that is what Chetana can be described according to the Mandukya Upanishad. इतना भी निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है. They give like संस्कृत का एक small text and you then think about it. क्या लिख दिया? ठीक है. And now Freud. We'll understand through the concept of Freud about the consciousness and its stages. So हमने numbers समझ लिए कि जब हमारा विचार और हमारी awareness expand होती है, according to that what level we achieve in the consciousness, starting from the death to the spiritual enlightenment. So one more thing I want to mention, spiritual enlightenment is amarta also, because if you are spiritually enlightened, you leave the body aware, and that means that there is no death anymore. This was the last thing, because every time when you left the body, you were not aware that you are leaving the body. You were still attached till the last moment. The attachment was there, the memories were there. But when you are spiritually enlightened and then you leave the body, you leave it willingly, and that means along with the body you leave every memory, every attachment and everything related to the body. And that is amarta, because you didn't die this time, just the body did, and that's why you are amar now. So from the 0 stage to 1000 stage also means somewhere that 0 was death, and at 1000 you realize that there is no death actually in terms of consciousness. And now coming to the concept of Freud, the way he has described. So he is described through the example of a iceberg. वो iceberg को हिंदी में क्या बोलेंगे? जैसे पानी के अंदर एक बर्फ का बड़ा वो जो पहाड़ है, it's sinking in it, मतलब उस पे तैर रहा है. So there would be a small part out of the water, some part submerged and major part sinked inside. So the way he has described and how he got the concept, why he started thinking about consciousness, he was just a psychologist. So he was actually treating one of his patient. So there was a girl and she was suffering from some psychological problem, and he wanted to treat her, and just by talking to her, when she was able to actually share with him a few memories of her which she kind of dumped, like childhood में कुछ बुरा हुआ से लेकर के anything of that sort, she kind of dumped it somewhere कि मैं अब उस बारे में नहीं सोचती हूँ क्योंकि मुझे को ख़राब लगता है, और अभी वो बीमार हो चुकी है. So he said कोई बात नहीं, we'll see about your disease, but let me know about it, please share your memories. And when she was bringing all that data and discussing it with him, this started to heal her brain. And then he wanted to understand कि why it happened. ऐसा क्या हुआ कि उसने अपनी memories मुझे बताई, बस मैंने तो कुछ किया नहीं. As a psychologist, I was just hearing, and just by talking about the things that she kind of shifted to her unconscious mind, where she didn't wanted to access those files, those memories anymore, just by accessing them, what is bringing this healing happening to her? And from there he brought this concept that our memory and all the things that we have in mind of this life, of the past lives, from the point of origin of the humankind, all the data is stored in your unconscious. According to the what requirement you have at present, you bring some information to your conscious, and there is a subconscious in between, the submerged part जो कि आधा सा है पानी के अंदर. That is the subconscious. That is the only way, the path through which the information will pass from conscious to unconscious or from unconscious to conscious. So the files that you have dumped into the unconscious are not accessible to you. The only way you can access them is through subconscious. क्या ये चीज़ हमेशा कॉन्शियसली होती है? समटाइम्स, majority नॉट, बिकॉज वेन यू आर इन टू ड्रीम स्टेज, कई बार सपने में आपका कोई अनकॉन्शियस का इन्फॉर्मेशन आ गया. मेडिटेशन में भी सब लोग, कई बार लोग ये फाइल्स एक्सेस कर पाते हैं when they go into meditation and they are into a deep thought, or when you are under the influence of any psychedelics also, sometimes it happens that the thin line between the conscious, subconscious and unconscious kind of dilutes and you are able to access all the files. सब mix हो जाता है, ठीक है. So in that stage the spiritual enlightenment would be what? If ये हमें अभी ईशा उपनिषद में बताया गया है, if all your unconscious and your subconscious is in your conscious, यानी कि योगी को कहा जाता है कि चाहे आप निद्रावस्था में हैं, चाहे सुप्तावस्था में हैं, चाहे जागृत अवस्था में हैं, वो हर स्थिति जागृत होनी चाहिए. आपको निद्रा में भी पता होना चाहिए कि आप निद्रा में हैं, स्वप्न में पता होना चाहिए कि आप स्वप्न में हैं, और जागृति में पता होना चाहिए कि आप जागृत हैं. मतलब आप हर स्टेज में अवेयर हैं, हर स्टेज में जागृत हैं. That is the target of the yogi, because only this can lead to a aware death, where you finally leave the body consciously, which is actually the amarta, and that is the target of every yogi. I'm not even saying moksha, even beyond that it is. So here he has not gone to this explaining till the stage of like the spiritual enlightenment. But yes, he has also mentioned that there will be a universal consciousness, and this is my consciousness. So everything which is inside the water, just in the form of ice, if it dilutes, it becomes water only, and water kind of knows now that I am consciousness only. Like आत्मा तब तक आत्मा है जब तक उसको लग रहा है कि मैं कुछ अलग हूँ. जिस दिन आत्मा के सारे तत्व खत्म हो गए और वो सॉलिड से दोबारा से लिक्विड फॉर्म में पहुंच गई, तो वो लिक्विड में ही थी, उसको रियलाइज हो गया कि परमात्मा में मिलना नहीं है, परमात्मा में ही थे, एक अलग स्टेज लेके घूम रहे थे, अभी वापस से मिल गए. ठीक है, तो यूनिवर्सल कॉन्शियसनेस इज दैट इनटू विच यू फाइनली डाइल्यूट एंड फाइंड दैट देयर इज नो डिफरेंस एक्चुअली. आई डोंट हैव टू गो एंड मीट इनटू द परमात्मा, आई एम in him only. So how the past life regression and hypnosis kind of are associated with both of these stages, how that actually brings the healing into you, because these both are the methods where you are trained how to access the files from the unconscious and subconscious. जो unconscious में है files, यानी कि वो past life की files हैं. आज की डेट में आप किसी ट्रॉमा को कॉन्शियसली आपके उसमें भोग रहे हो, आपको आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हो पा रहा है, समझ नहीं पा रहे हो कहाँ से निकल के आ रहा है. पास्ट लाइफ रिग्रेशन इज अ थेरेपी वेयर यू विल बी टेकन टू द अनकॉन्शियस स्टेज एंड वेयर यू गेट द डेटा कि ये कहाँ से चल के आ रहा है, आपको उसकी रीजनिंग मिल जाती है, एंड द मोमेंट दैट रीजन यू गेट, दैट ट्रॉमा एंड्स. सेकेंड, हिप्नोसिस. वी आर ऑल इन वर्किंग इन द स्टेज ऑफ हिप्नोसिस. The way I speak, the way I sit, this is all hypnosis. हमने बचपन से, आप देखोगे कई लोग अलग तरीके से बैठते हैं, अलग तरीके से बात करते हैं, वो उन्होंने इतनी बार रिपीट किया एंड देयर सबकॉन्शियस हैज लर्न दैट पैटर्न एंड इट्स जस्ट फॉलोइंग इट. सो एनीवेयर वेयर द कॉन्शियस इज नॉट इन्वॉल्व्ड एंड यू आर जस्ट रिपीटिंग द पैटर्न इज अ स्टेज ऑफ हिप्नोसिस. सो वी ऑल वर्क इन द स्टेज ऑफ हिप्नोसिस एनीवे. द कॉन्शियस हिप्नोसिस इज when you are trying to access a particular file that is stored in your subconscious and give it a story that you want your consciousness to understand out of it. ठीक है, a same story, an accident happened and you are cribbing about it and you are very sad about it and it is stored in your conscious. Now you are scared to drive because when you drove last time an accident happened. Hypnosis, if it is clinical hypnosis, you will be taken again to that memory, to the experiences that were really good when you were driving, how beautifully you were able to enjoy that process, and you didn't die in that accident. The car was not hurt that much, if that would have happened, it would have been like more tragic. And this gives you the hope that you can drive again. What are the things that you learned out of that experience, that accident? And now you get the courage back and you drive again and drive it nicely. So it is kind of giving you another perspective out of the same event that happened.
Hypnosis is happening in a conscious state.
When we do clinical hypnotherapy, when it is done as a therapy to someone to help them out. Otherwise, जो एक automatic hypnosis है, the way you put on your clothes, the way you take them off, the way you brush your teeth, the way you clean your home, the way you think that you should be treated, the way you think the other person is treating you, all this is a stage of hypnosis. Because you saw it n number of times, and वो होता है ना मशीन लर्निंग और ये सब में भी होता है कि आप जो चीज़ रिपीट पे चलनी है वो सिखा करके छोड़ देते हैं कि ये अपने आप करेगा. ऑटो मोड. ऑटो मोड ऑफ द माइंड इज कॉल्ड सबकॉन्शियस and it is hypnosis. So we all are in that state of hypnosis, no doubt in that. ठीक है. So now that concludes my lecture on consciousness.